What did he do? He asked what the general public, how should attractive lead male characters look in an action RPG? Rugged and badass being number one. Most people would want that. Stylish and dashing, just an everyday guy. Uh, I'm here for gameplay.
The audience, the gamers.
How should attractive female leads look in an action RPG? Most people asking for gameplay. Classy and beautiful, sexy and provocative. Very close. Sexy and provocative, just edging. Cute and playful.
Themselves.
I'll say probably sexy and provocative. How should an attractive lead female character be? Yeah, sexy and provocative, classy, beautiful. Yeah, one of the two, I would say.
What they wanted the games to have and not have in them. What?
What?
Hit
How
that
can they
subscribe,
know
give me a
that?
like, and check out SmashJT.com for the full article breaking down how Marek Dominski, the CEO of CI Games, has taken to X to let everybody know that the subreddit for his game r/Lords of the Fallen has been hijacked by the mods themselves.
Imagine that.
Branding the CEO as a fascist.
How can you... you can't even make that up. Honestly, I swear to God, you can't make that up. The CEO of his own game, a group of people in their basements that are moderators for subreddit of his game, have banned him. The CEO. Reddit,
For
man.
daring
That's literally peak Reddit shit right there.
to ask the player base how he can
Peak
make the
Reddit
game
shit,
better,
bro.
and giving them polls to answer and choosing things and going with the direction that the gamers wanted. It's really that
It's so
simple.
crazy. So like they're actually mad and calling him a fascist because he's asked the public what they would want. Eh? For fascism you need democracy.
And that crazy. Marek Dominski, the CEO of CI Games, has just exposed how Reddit moderators have hijacked the Lords of the Fallen subreddit,
God.
branding him as a fascist simply for
And you know what? I never played Lords of the Fallen. I won't lie to you. I've never played Lords of the Fallen. I never was interested in all of that.
daring to listen to the players, asking for feedback on the game. Now, I've been following Marek for a little while now, and I've noticed on his X, from time to time, he will share some polls and asking questions for
Yeah.
the players that are playing his game and how he can improve.
Which I think is extremely fucking important. I think it's very important to ask what your audience want. I think it's also like a no-brainer. I feel like it's a no-brainer. Like it's a given. Do you know what I mean?
Them and what the players want the game to have in it.
I feel like that's a sign of a good bloody company when they're literally going on their pages and asking the questions, putting up polls, putting up surveys. How better can we get? I think that's great. I don't think that's a bad thing. The thing is, these the lunatics, the DEI lunatics, the groomers, they are angry at the fact that the majority of the population actually agree with what's literally normal. You know, they don't want to choose between body type A and B. The majority of the masses out there, they want to choose between male and female because that's what it is. That's what it is. And these DI ones are so mad at that because homie over here, Marek, is putting out a survey so you can see it clearly in the public. Clearly the public wants male and female, for example. You know, no DEI, woke, agenda-filled games. The majority of people don't want that in their games. And these DEI lot, they're so angry at that because he's literally showing it. Saying, look, this is what the people want, which is a great thing.
What they don't.
I don't see where you can get hate for that, for asking your community about your game. You're asking your community about your game on how you can make the game better based on their opinions. The people, you know, the gamers, the buyers, the customers. You're asking for their opinion. I think it's great. I think more companies got to do it.
And let the democracy, the majority.
You're either going to do that, I say, or do the Rockstar way, which is complete silence. Just shut the fuck up until the game's done. Don't be sitting on Twitter fighting, arguing people, banning people on Reddit, the CEOs on Reddit, calling them fascists and Nazis. Huh? That you shouldn't be busy doing that when you got a game in the pipeline. You should be busy with the game in the pipeline. Right? Not busy on social media. That means you're not working. That means the game's gonna get delayed. That means we're gonna get pissed off, the customer. Do you get it? Like I don't, you know, if you're hell bent on being on social media while you've got a game in the pipeline on its way out, about to be released, if you're dying to be on social media, then do the polls, do the surveys, ask the questions, the major questions, get a taster for what the public are looking at, get a taster for what the public want. Why not? If you're hell bent on having to be on fucking social media, Jesus Christ.
Rule and try to move forward with that. Which, I mean, hey, it's his game. He's welcome to do whatever the hell he wants.
He can,
If he wants to
yeah.
ask the community for help,
That's right.
he can ask the community for help. If he wants
Yeah.
to do it himself and say it's art, you can buy my game, he can do that too. I don't really see what the problem
Yeah, he can do the way these woke people do. They say stuff like, oh, if you don't like it, don't buy it. And then all of their games fail. Yeah.
is here, but we're talking about Reddit
can do
mods
that.
here, and logic with them is a fleeting trait. Yet another demonstration of Reddit's rapidly growing...
The Reddit mods are actually basement dwellers. They're basement dwelling creatures. They are not like you and I. Do not get it mistaken. They may appear like a human, but they're basement dwellers. Nah, nah. Nah, 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 nah. That's how they are.
lunatic left-wing authoritarianism, the subreddit's mods have now taken some seriously extreme measures to shut down any discussion that doesn't align
Let me quickly get my
directly
jacket.
with their ideological echo chamber of a bubble worldview. Their latest meltdown was triggered when Tominski made a simple post on X asking if the community preferred traditional character options, something he posts about from time to time on his platform to gauge player interest. Choosing between male and female rather than the generic body type A and body type B
88%
was
wonder.
apparently a bridge too far for these Reddit mods, and unsurprisingly, the vast majority of players were obviously voting for the change back to male-female. But rather than accept the will of the player base, Reddit mods went absolutely nuclear and completely...
Yeah, why is the Reddit mods getting so angry about this? Tells me that there's some sort of agenda going on here. It has to be, because there's no other reason. There's literally no other reason for you to be so angry over this. You gotta have a stake in the pie, right? You gotta be like, oh man, I'm gonna lose funding. Is America and US aid funding Reddit? Are they funding Reddit subreddits and moderators? What's going on? I would not be surprised. I fucking would not be surprised with all this shit with US aid coming out now. You don't even know. You're thinking, is this really? If they've spent, I don't know, fucking $3 million taxpayers' money, $3 million of taxpayers' money on, a Polish drag show, then what's stopping them from funding subreddits and moderators to continually push this sort of agenda? I mean, it is suspicious. It is food for thought, I would say.
locked down the subreddit. Instead of acknowledging that
It's
gamers
funny.
want clearer and more traditional character options without any kind of DEI injected into the gaming experience,
Yeah.
the mods of Lords of the Fallen immediately framed this as a far-right conspiracy. Because, of course they did. It's the same old tried and true
They
formula
can't
that
do it.
hardcore lefty lunatics always do.
That's how they do
always
it,
try
yeah.
to brand people as a fascist or someone that's a big...
That's all they've got. That's all they've got. But like I said before, for fascism to work, you gotta have a democracy, right? Think about it.
or a phobe of some type, just to try to cancel the person and try to get people on board with the hate mob campaign against them because they don't align with the ideologies of them.
Yeah.
On r/Lords of the Fallen that is now under lockdown, they say, announcement addressing the CEO of CI Games' politically motivated agenda. Direct links to X, formerly Twitter,
Huh?
Facebook, and Instagram are no longer permitted. The CEO of CI Games, Marek Tymiński, is actively supporting and promoting fascist ideology
How
under the
stupid
guise
is this?
of
And these are the mods now. Here have come the mods, the basement dwellers, the darkness, the dark corridors dwellers, fucking lurkers. Fucking
catering
hell.
to the player
They've
base.
come out.
As a moderation team, along with many gamers worldwide, we are deeply shocked and disgusted by the events of the past few weeks.
Oh, well.
And holy crap, does this not perfectly
That would happen, wouldn't
exemplify
it?
power going to the head of some loser in their basement as a
Yeah.
Reddit mod and saying, I know what's
Literally.
best for the world. Why doesn't everyone just listen to
Literally,
me? In
that's all they are,
response, we have
and
removed all CI
that's literally what they are. Basement dwellers that think that they know how the world should be, and are so angry when the world doesn't see through their lens. They actually get furious, and then they begin to cancel the cancellation campaigns that they so dearly love, the poor bastards. Anyway, they go on that, and we've already thought about that. You're cancelling nothing. You are cancelling nothing.
Games and
Silly.
Hexworks officials
Really, that's silly.
from the moderation team.
Yeah.
However, we want to make it clear that those removed are honorable
Yeah.
and decent individuals. We have nothing but respect for them. Every interaction we've had with them since the game's launch has been nothing short of extraordinary. Unfortunately,
What's wrong with these
this
people?
decision affects the wrong people.
What's
Our
wrong with these
concerns
people?
are directed solely at the CEO and, at this time, no one
why?
else. Which I
Why? Why are they so angry? Because what? Because of what? Because they put a poll out there and showed that the majority of people really want what everyone wants. The normal shit, not this woke agenda bullshit. Is that why?
gotta be honest, just reading that part, it
You honestly
screams
don't get
someone
it.
that is going completely batshit insane
Yeah,
on a
in
power
their
trip
basement.
trying to tell
Sitting in their basement like this, fucking Super Saiyan mode.
the world that they know what's best and they are wielding this Reddit power to the absolute extreme. And from a certain perspective, it's actually very comical. Over the past several weeks and months, we've seen a
100%.
significant increase in hate speech, misconduct,
Huh?
and violations of Reddit whenever content from these platforms is shared. Additionally, we have experienced an influx of users spreading fascist views, both on the subreddit and via mod mail. Let us be clear, we do not tolerate
So like I reckon that's really what it is because him asking obvious things, I would say, like, would you rather body type A or B, or would you rather choose between male or female? It's a no-brainer. Everyone's going to pick male or female. That's what we are, you know what I mean? We're humans. So I think what he's done with that is, by doing that, in a way, he's sort of maybe released a can of worms of all the other degenerate dickheads that come out here and be like, which, you know, whatever, man. That's the internet. That's literally how the internet is. And now the mods are crying at the fact that they've seen a massive influx, as they say, of users spreading the fascist views. But then again, you got to question it, because you think, you know, if you're going under their view of what fascism is, then, because I mean, they are idiots. At the end of the day, they actually are idiots. Like, they're a little bit stupid. They don't really even know. Again, you got to remember, these people dwell in the basements. They dwell in the basements, you know, wearing the infinity gauntlet of subreddit. The power of the mod. They feel it surging through their veins. Like, we're dealing with people like that. They're not normal. They're not like you and I, like I said before. Submods need to be investigated. How do they live? Like, what are you? They're actually very sad motherfuckers. They're actually very sad motherfuckers with this power complex in their mind that they believe that their views is what's best for humanity and begin to rage when the masses are like, fuck you, bitch. We don't like this shit. Actually, fuck you, we're against this shit. They begin to rage and you don't know how to live, bitch. Bitch, you know what you need to do? Just suck a dick. It's so fucking easy. Yo, Trolley Bear, how's it going, fella? I hope you're well. But yeah, they just suck a dick. Just like pop it in your mouth. That's it. That's it. Like, they need to do something with their mouth. It seems. It seems to me these cunts need to do something with their mouth. So just suck a dick.
Any violations of our quote-unquote behavioral rules, nor do we condone or support fascist ideology. Anyone engaged...
You see, I mean, I'm very fucking suspicious on their meaning of what fascism is. I'm very suspicious because these are very, very stupid people. These are very fucking stupid people. Dwellers of the basements, ladies and gentlemen.
In such misconduct will face a
pieces
permanent
of shit.
ban.
In fact,
you can
pieces
find
of
out
shit.
our subreddit's rules here or in the sidebar. And from that, I gotta take a big step back and say, all right, I'll
From the
try to go along
sidebar.
with you here. So Merrick is now pushing
Dickheads.
fascist ideologies, and that
By simply asking his community about the game that he is CEO of. They're calling him a fascist for that. The subreddit mods of his game that he's the CEO of. For daring to simply ask his community of his game that he's the CEO of, asking them simple questions. Like, what sort of body type do you like in a hero, male hero, or a female hero? What body type do you want to choose? Body type A, body type B, or male and female? Like it's been throughout human history. It's a no-brainer. The majority of people are picking the no-brainer choices, like male and female. A strong, handsome geezer or rugged guy, and like a beautiful, sexy female. It's just what it is. Like, these people are so bitter at it. They're literally trying to change reality. Like I said, use that mouth for something better. You little bitch.
that's
Basement dweller. Oh, I'm in the basement.
what the issue is. Why don't you provide examples? Why don't you say, hey,
Yeah.
what he
Tell
said
us.
here specifically is what we have an issue
Yeah.
with, or this
No, they can't.
poll right here is what the problem
can't
is,
be
and here's
done.
why. They can't do that because at the end of the day, they
Yeah.
know the only problem is it goes against their own ideology, so they just
There you go. So, these people are so stupid. They're like literally stupid in the mind. They're fucking retards. That they can't fathom that. Like, they simply cannot fathom that. So, like a retard, like a stupid child, dumb shit, they begin to rage, screaming, throwing their toys around. And then they need a good clump. They need a little clip round the ear and sent in the room. And you're fucking grounded, you little bastard. No supper for you. Clap! Get in your fucking room. You're gay. You know, that's what they need. It seems like they've never got that in their life. I blame the parents, man.
start calling Merrick
I blame
Kaminsky
their parents.
names. The mods didn't stop at just labeling the CEO as fascist because that would be way too simple. No, they took the
What, Nazi? Hitler's brother-in-law? What the fuck did they say?
drastic actions of locking down the entire subreddit and censoring any further discussion. It continues. What about screenshots from these
That's how they do
platforms?
it.
After consideration, we have
That's how
decided
they do
not
it.
to allow screenshots from these platforms, as verifying their authenticity is difficult. What's next? These new rules take effect immediately. Alternative to X, Twitter? Blue Sky is a great alternative, and
Pedophiles on Blue Sky. Yeah.
Many users and outlets
That's where they
have
chill.
already made
their
the
spot.
switch. You already know where this is going, where they're trying so hard to indoctrinate people that don't know any better to think that these other platforms are where the truth is. When
Yes. That's exactly what it is. It's literally trying to change the reality. We know Twitter is the powerhouse, X, whatever the fuck you want to call it. That's the powerhouse. But they're trying to make out as if Blue Sky or Truth Social is actually it. This is where the majority of the voice is. It's literally trying to change it when, in fact, X is the true voice. Everyone using it. I don't. But, the majority of people using it. And not Blue Sky. But the way that they try to change the reality is, because if you was to probably pop your head into Blue Sky, it'd just be a massive echo chamber of leftist views, right? So it's like not even productive. It's just an echo chamber. So a person who's not educated and who doesn't know would pop their head into that echo chamber, and they would never leave. Sadly, they'll be stuck in there, and then that's it, doomed, and then completely programmed. And then another soldier for the left, which are actually like stupid people. Literally stupid people. It's like a clan of stupid people that don't know simple things that like my little niece would know. Simple things like what a woman is and stuff like that. It's stuff like that. It's these people. It's like literally, again, trying to change reality. It's just trying to change reality. And the reason why I call them groomers is because they're literally after your kids and they're after the next generation. They're trying to make this normal in order for the next generation to just take it on board and not even question, right? So then that will create a completely weak society, because the society can't think together and progress humanity. No, the society is completely shattered and broken to the point that even the person in the society is shattered and broken. They don't even know who they are. They don't know how they identify. I don't know if I'm a man. I don't know if I'm a woman. Sometimes I'm a man. Sometimes I'm a woman. They would love the masses to be like that. It's not like that, of course. The masses, the 99.9% of the world, I would say, are like normal, traditional people. Like normal people. Like the penis enters the vagina. Normal. You know what I mean? That's it. Is like the majority of the earth is like that, but they're trying to flip it, and what's very suspicious with it is social media gives it such a big lens that it makes it seem like it's normal. But the people are aware, like legacy media is dead, and the people are well aware of the plans that they do, and they're always blocking it. The people are always putting blocks there, which is great. But it's just the uneducated people. They're really, because they're uneducated themselves, they're really stupid people themselves. They try reel in the other stupid people. You know what I'm saying? Before them stupid people have a chance to even wake up, they reel them in, and that's it. You're completely programmed, and you're fucked.
In reality, anybody that's been paying attention to what's transpiring right now is noticing that all the lefty lunatics are migrating over to Blue Sky and creating their own echo chamber over there.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Into some mess of a situation that nobody with any kind of logical common sense wants anything at all to do with.
It'll be like Blue Sky and runaway, like, I'm running away from Twitter and X. I'm running because, I'm getting cooked or whatever, and then running onto Blue Sky. I think that'll be a fad that will fade away, just the same as the woke, the woke agenda DEI phase that we're slowly coming out of now. People that were well embroiled into it, really representing it, in 10 years, 20 years, they'll go, wow, what a weird time that was that we was in. I was completely brainwashed, wasn't I? And I feel like Blue Sky will be a lot like that as well. I feel like Blue Sky and all that will be like, look what we've done. There'll be a few people leaving constantly. Like every day there'll be people leaving Blue Sky. And then in mass they'll be leaving until the point where Blue Sky will just completely collapse, because it seems like they made Blue Sky or advertised it more higher. I don't know when it was made, but they seem to capitalize on it more during the US presidency, where they created camps. So they created, if you're on X, that means you're with Trump, so we've got our one, Blue Sky. The name even fucking matches. But Yeah, it'll be one of them that I don't think will uh, uh, serve the test of time. That's not even the right way to say it, but you know what I mean. It won't. I don't think it will. I think it'll fade because the echo chamber will become so boring. Like that, you know. But then again, we are talking about really stupid people. So it's always 50-50. It's up in the air. We don't really know. But I would suspect, I would hedge my bets towards the fact that eventually the majority of people would leave. I mean, there's a very small number amount of people who are using Blue Sky right now. And slowly that will be diminished as well because the echo chamber will become boring. You would like to think that even a stupid bozo will get bored of hearing the echoes. There has to be some sort of discourse. There has to be. That's how we progress. Can't be like, yeah, we've completed life. Like, we've clocked life, got every achievement. No, you haven't. There's so much more to do. There's literally homeless people. So there's a lot we got to do as a humanity, as a people. But I think they think that they've figured it out, which is really strange. And yeah, I spit on them.
If you have any
Yeah.
suggestions for improving this process, feel free to share them in the comments or via ModMail. Additionally, if any moderators from other subreddits would like access to the auto moderator scripts we've written, we are happy to share them. Simply
You see that? That's very funny, bro.
contact us
That's very
via
funny.
ModMail. They want to use these scripts they've created and push this on other Reddit forums to push their own ideologies and
Yeah.
create an echo chamber in other forums as well, which is
Yeah.
just
It's
wild to me
very
that they
sad.
think this is
No, because but I swear to God, I promise you that it won't like survive because people will get bored of it. People will just completely get bored of it, and they'll just be getting like completely cooked as well. Because I have suspicious that these people are not like that in public because they get cooked completely. So they're just like that behind the keyboard. But in public, they're like normal people. And then I feel like that fad, they'll grow bored of that, and then they'll join us again back in normal society. So nothing's normal, but you know what I mean. Not the society of where the confusion is. What is a woman? Puberty blockers for kids. You know, we don't want that. That's bullshit.
something
Let
that's
me
going to
piss.
fly and people will be cool with. Which, spoiler alert, it's not. In fact, it's actually hysterical to look at some of the replies in the comment thread and how the mods are being called out by Redditors. You know you really effed up if people on Reddit are calling you out for being too over the top against people. This is actually hysterical. Banning all direct links on X, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, claiming these platforms enable fascism. They removed CEI Games and Hexworks officials from the mod team, despite admitting that they were honorable and decent individuals, declared an increase in hate speech while using the justification for stricter moderation, and pushed users towards Blue Sky, a left-wing alternative to Twitter, as the better platform. I swear, I couldn't make this up if I tried. It's beyond parody at this point, but at the same time, is anyone surprised? It's Reddit. They declared that Tominski was boosting anti-progressive and racist slash transphobic posts by asking people what he wants in the games. They accuse him of pushing a politically motivated agenda, and it's a classic tactic that they try to deplatform anybody who opposes their woke ideology. This unhinged response wasn't just about simple in-game UI changes, it was directly attempting to control a narrative and gatekeep what opinions are allowed in what game spaces, which at the end of the day, with these people, they're all the same. It's not about gaming, it's not
Nah,
about making the games better,
it
it's
never has
about
been.
power and control and
Yeah,
ensuring that people conform. They probably weren't a big
that's right.
fan of Merrick Dominsky saying that he's not going to be injecting any DEI elements in his games either. That
Yeah.
definitely didn't go over
No.
well. The
Yeah,
steps
yeah,
that they're
yeah.
taking here reflect
I would suspect that that's probably another major factor of it. It's more of a hit piece. It's like it's the same I saw with hate towards Daniel Vavra and all of that as well. The guy who made Kingdom Come. I've been noticing, like especially Eurogamer's review of the game. The chick didn't even like. She didn't even like the game. She didn't play them sort of games. So it's like hate instantly. Like it's instant hate, and as well, you got to remember Eurogamer's review of the first Kingdom Come 8 years ago was the same. They didn't focus on the game. They more focused on Daniel Vavra, the CEO, the director of the game. And they focused on him because of his clear views. He didn't want to put no woke shit. He wanted to keep it historically correct, you know what I mean, to the time. And they hated that. It's really strange. They hated it, and then the hate continued over to the second game. So it's more of a hit piece to the creator of the game than actually hate to the game itself. You got to understand that, which is fucked up, because they're saying, whatever this guy does, we don't like anyway. You know what I mean? Which is terrible. But then the same will happen to them. Like, whatever Corin Bush works on, we won't do. Whatever's, got sweet fucking baby ink in it, we will not be playing with that. Kim Belair, you involved? We getting the fuck out of there.
Like a growing trend of many extremist Reddit mods weaponizing their online internet powers to silence any and all dissent. They outright claim that their motivation is ideological, saying people are feeling emboldened on the culture war stuff since Trump got in. The fact that they're still seething about Trump's influence years after the president's...
I suspect that's a massive factor as well. They're still very, very hurt about the presidency. Fuck. It's only 4 years, guys. Just chill.
He started back when he first got elected, tells me everything we need to know about their worldview. Rather than trying to moderate fairly, they've turned the Lords of the Fallen subreddit into a political minefield echo chamber. They claim to be protecting the community from misinformation and incitement of violence, but in reality, they're just banning any conversation that challenges their progressive orthodoxy.
Exactly.
The real irony here, this is a so-called fascist CEO that was merely trying to follow the wishes of his own player base. I've had some personal DM conversations with Marek over X for the past few months, and he's always struck me as someone who's genuinely caring about the gaming scene and the gamers themselves. He comes across as very sincere, and he's not trying to use people as some sort of Trojan horse to try to get additional sales. It explains exactly why his Reddit mod sees this as well, and now they see him as the enemy because he's a problem. The in-game changes aren't dictated from the top.
That's all they are. That's just how
cunts
by
tens of thousands of gamers. But
it's sad.
According to these lunatic Reddit mods, democracy is only valid when it aligns with their own personal worldview.
Exactly.
Funny how that works. The entire situation highlights once again how Reddit has become an increasingly hostile place for any kind of free speech or open discussion. Moderators, who are often unaccountable and completely unhinged, have zero problems with seizing control of communities and pushing their own personal agenda for the message. And hey, as long as it aligns with their ideologies, there are no problems with it. But once you start...
That's the case. That's the thing, is if you're with them, we're all good. But the moment you're against them or even begin to question, you're a fascist. Or you're a grifter. You're a Nazi. Huh? You voted for Trump.
Stepping out of line, they got to make sure they
These fucking people,
down.
my bro.
So use this as a heads up if you're a player of Lords of the Fallen to be very aware of r/Lords of the Fallen. It is compromised, but then again, it's Reddit, and we already know the
Reddit's
type of people
fucked.
that go there every day, and it's already an echo chamber. But hey, I just want to give a heads up about this happening in the first place. But I'd like to encourage everyone, if you haven't played this game, to check it out to see if it might be right for you, because overall it has had a great reception with the entire player base. I'm all about promoting any and all developers that are authentic to the gamers, and Marek Kaminsky strikes me just as that. The subreddit itself has completely lost the plot and is no longer even about discussing the game itself. It's about enforcing leftist politics and attacking anyone who steps out of line. Kaminsky, on the other hand,
is US aid funding these people? That's what we need to know. Is US aid funding these fucking people? Wow.
And has proven himself, to me at least, to be one of the few and rare game industry CEOs that's willing to stand up for us, the gamers. While the Reddit mods are out there ranting about fascism, the actual gamers are out here enjoying the game that respects their own preferences. As for Reddit, it's just another reminder of why its credibility is completely circling the drain. Anyways, I'm going to leave it there. If you guys want more information, check out smashjt.com for the full article. I will link it in the description below. If you appreciate what I'm doing, hit that join button. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, you stay smashing.
Always a banger.